Ooh, what's it been? What, 4 months? 4 months? Yeah, I kind of just suck at the whole YouTube thing. I'm gonna be real with y'all because life just gets super busy. And honestly, a lot of times I want to start working on stuff and I go out and I start working on it, right? And I'm like, maybe I should film this. But then in my mind, I'm like, man, I just really want to get this done because timing is everything for me right now. And it takes me an hour to complete a job without filming, throw filming in there. That's like 2 hours, maybe even a little bit longer, swapping positions and trying to, explain whatever the hell it is I'm doing. Anyway, what is up? Welcome back. I know it's been a fat minute and we've made progress, boy. When I say we've made progress, I mean we have made a lot of progress. So I'm not even going to joke with y'all. I'm just going to swap the camera over so you can see exactly what I've been doing. So here's the Integra. Just look at that. Let's see, what all have we done? As you can see, we're hood dumped now. Not really too, this isn't ideal with the hood dump, but let me tell y'all something. This was I am so sick and tired of putting money into this car because the more money I put into it, that's taking money away from the S2000. So we are going to deal with what we got and be happy with it. And that's how I got that hood dump. I was going to go V-band right off of the turbo, new turbo, mind you, new exhaust manifold, and, just run. And the initial thought was it'd be cool to go fender exit. I haven't seen that done. Well, I have, but not locally or anything. But that was going to cost money. However, I have this downpipe I can cut up. I had two of these 4 bolts of V-bands adapters. So I was like, okay, look, we'll take one, mounts to the turbo. We'll take the other one, mounts to the downpipe, flip it over, and V-band the adapters together. Boom. No welding needed. Is that garbage? Absolutely. Oh, absolutely. But I wouldn't have done it had I not accidentally ordered 2 of those. I ordered one on eBay, and then I ordered one on Amazon. I don't know where my mind was at. But I got 2 of them, so, hey, it ended up working out. Anyway. Yeah, we went with an equal length tubular exhaust turbo manifold. So rocking a GT30. I just put a filter on it this time because I blow these things up like they're going out of style. I don't know if I still have my last one. I think I may have thrown it out. But due to this duct right here not running a filter, I destroyed the fins. I'm not one of those people who are going to tell you to run a filter or not run a filter on your turbo. I personally don't care. It's your money. You do what you want to do. I wasn't running one for the simple fact of I just could not find a 4-inch coupler, like filter style, anything, anywhere without paying an exorbitant amount of money, and I just couldn't justify it. But I was at the local pick and pull. There was a wrecked S197 GT Mustang up there that had an air raid? Yeah. Air raid code air intake on there. And I looked at it and I was like, that looks just about the size that I need for my cold side on my turbo. So, cost next to nothing. I think it was like maybe $10. Brought it home, smacked it on there. So I can actually take this off, and this is on to a velocity stack. The velocity stack is clamped to the turbo itself. I could take this off if I want to. I don't really see a purpose in it, but you never know. Maybe for track reasons or something. And see, it sits right in there, so it's getting direct airflow, which I do like. So that's that. As you can see, bigger catch can. It's actually a four-port catch can, but I'm only running the 2 off the valve cover over to the catch can. I was going to run off the back of the block and run it up as well, but I didn't even want to front with y'all. I may have stripped out those big-ass Allen heads. It is what it is. The only Allen head I had in there, or I had that fit in there, was kind of rounded, so I don't think it grabbed enough, and it just kind of stripped it out a little bit. And I was like, this car ain't gonna make enough power for it needing all 4. So whatever. Anyway, obviously the engine bay is painted. It is burnished amber. I like that forged hammer style look. There's a couple spots I got to touch up on. I scratched on accident, like right in here, right down in there. Obviously I have to repaint over this because I pulled out that rubber piece that was there. Yeah, just a couple things here and there, but overall I'm happy with the way the engine bay turned out. Tucked the brake lines. See them down in there with the 40/40 proportioning valve. Obviously deleted the ABS. I was kind of putting that job off because I was kind of intimidated by it a little bit because I've actually never done a brake tuck. I've never seen a purpose in doing it. But with this, I was like, dude, this is going to free up so much room in the engine bay for me to do what I need to do. And it literally took me, what, maybe a couple hours to do, since I already had steel braided lines running from my proportioning valve with the ABS to the rear because my rears were rusted out. All I had to do was just add the front two, swap out the proportion valve, bleed the brakes. Voila. What else we got? Oh, bigger intercooler, as you can see. I don't like the fact that that cup was blue, but that was the only 3-inch to, what, 2-inch I could find, because my cold side's still 2-inch all the way up and everything else is 2.5-inch. Not ideal, but once again, this car is not making anything over like 550 wheel, so that is what it is. What else? Swapped out, just did some basic tucking things like grounds and whatnot. I think it looks great. Like I said, I just got to touch up the paint really, and I'll be satisfied with it. Well, let me back you guys out here. I need that wide view. There we go. But yeah, like I said, hood dump out the hood. I just ordered a 3-inch plate off of eBay. See, it's right there. Up straight out the hood. I actually had a carbon fiber hood on the car, but I hated the way it fit. I don't know. Maybe it's just because that one was so old and had been ran for so long. I think it was a little warped in some places. I just, it's sitting on the side of my house now. But yeah, that's the engine bay. And then we come up in here. Got the Brom. I think this is the Venom something or another. I don't know. Came out of a burnt up RX-7. As you can see, well, we're missing some cloth, but it's fine. It's fine. Extended the shifter up. Deleted the radio. My block off plate through Honda should be in sometime soon. And yeah, like I said, we don't have heat anymore because I took the air box out when I was tucking everything. The fuse box, actually, the engine bay fuse box, I don't know if you guys will be able to see it from back here, but if you look closely, there it is, right there. I'm in the process of trying to figure out something that's going on with my charging system. So I'm not charging point blank period, like at all. So hopped on Amazon, got that guy right there, and we're going to see if that helps at all. So that's the goal for today. Hopefully get this car to charge. There's also some things I got to fix. My throttle cable situation here. It's got too much pressure on it. If I tighten it all the way down so the throttle sticks open a little bit, I don't want that to happen, obviously. But yeah, I got to say though, now that I'm filming this and the engine bay is in its 95% complete state, I'm actually happy with the way it turned out. I didn't think I was going to be capable of making this look as good as it does, and to me it still kind of looks like ass, but everybody else is like, no dude, it looks good. Most people just say, hey man, just clean up the dump tube a little bit, and I'm like, that's money, maybe farther down the line. But for this season that's coming up that we're into right now, this is exactly how I'm gonna leave it. I don't want to do anything else because I will never get that done. That is still in the same position as it has been since I put the motor in the car, because my adapter plate for the transmission is absolute garbage. So I'm gonna just drop another $1,000 to get a new adapter plate and flywheel, and hopefully I can get that going within the next few months. No rush on it. Also, if anyone needs a K20 Z3 out of an 08 Civic Si, I got one with 113,000 miles on it. Ran flawlessly. I got a run video of it. It's just sitting here. So, yeah, today what we're going to do is we got to do this whole alternator situation. Another thing I did. See here, this line, this vacuum line's running down, obviously to here. And then with this one, I took it, ran it behind or underneath the intake manifold, right above the alternator here. It's not hitting the belt, thank God. Comes underneath this motor mount, and there's a vacuum block off of Amazon I bought for like maybe $15, and then the wastegate crap runs to that. I was actually originally going to run the wastegate back into the turbo. You know how you should, tap into the turbo and whatnot. But every time I've done that, I don't know if it's just the crappy material that these cheap turbos are made out of. They just never come out right. So I was like, you know what does vacuum block it? And the little bit of difference it's going to make is not enough for me to go, tap it into the turbo. And that's probably just my fault because I'm going to be real with y'all. I suck at fabrication. I mean, look at my up pipe. It looks horrible, but it is what it is. Putting the motor together, no problem. Fabrication, not me. So anyway, like I said, we're gonna swap this alternator out and hope, I'm crossing fingers that that fixes it. Otherwise, there's some wiring problems I got to figure out. Everything else works fine. The car starts right up. No check engine light. My tack is working again. Thank God. That just goes to show that my wiring harness actually was garbage. Put the Dragonfire distributor back on because I swapped it out for a eBay one a while ago, thinking that was my problem the whole time. It was just my engine harness. And yeah, that's about it. So yeah, what I'm gonna do is, I guess I'm gonna get you guys set up. I'm not gonna explain replacing the alternator on a Honda. It's top bolt, bottom bolt, charge plug, harness plug. Hopefully I don't have to drop the axle out. I shouldn't have to, but you know, sometimes, like, I don't know, like on my old DA, anytime I had to get in there to do anything alternator related, I had to pull the damn axle out, and I just don't want to do that. But with these lines being soft now, if I need to, I can just unbolt this bad boy, move it out the way, and just pull it out from this top right here. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Get you guys set up real quick. What's time lapse me? Just zip, 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 zip. And hopefully that works, and we'll get the car started, hop on Honda, and hopefully it's charging, because that's probably the only problem I have right now. So let's cross fingers, boys and girls. My bad, you know. All right, so after running around for like 10 minutes looking for the right tools because my garage is a mess, alternator is out. I went ahead, like I said, I pulled it out through the top. Ooh, I need to replace that. Or add a new master cylinder to the list. But went ahead and I just removed the brake master cylinder, and I was able to finesse it out to the top. Probably scratched up my paint a good bit. No, it looks all right. But yeah, cool. So now what I'm gonna do, because since this is OEM, obviously, compare it up to this Amazon one. Make sure everything's good. I looked at the plug already. It was fine. I was more so worried about the ribs of the pulley, and they look to be relatively similar. So what I'm gonna do here is take the tape measure here, measure out. So this one is just about 3 inches, and this one is a little less, I believe. Yeah, that looks like, what was that, 2 inches and what, like 2 3/4 maybe. And this one is, it's about the same. All right, whatever. Everything looks good. The ribs, it might just be because this one's dirty. The ribs look bigger on this, but I think it's just a reflection of how clean this is off of itself, making it look like it's bigger than what it is. So yeah, I'm gonna do the same process. I'm just gonna put this one straight down in there, and we're gonna connect the battery back up, and we're gonna cross fingers that this car charges, because if not, then there's some alternator wiring I gotta figure out, and all I did was run a new power wire from the alternator to the fuse box where it's supposed to be at. So I don't know if maybe I messed up something, but I don't have a battery light on the dash or anything, but I just noticed it was slowly losing voltage. So I think maybe this alternator is just tired is all. We'll keep it around. Maybe we'll refurbish it or something, because I like having OEM stuff like this. I'm not an OE plus guy by any means, but when it comes to certain things like starters and alternators, I don't mind having an OEM one around, just because I get so many project cars, and it's good to have a replacement in case I need it. That way I don't have to go out and spend money on one. Speaking of project cars, we'll talk about that one right there later. Look at that. Don't it look so good? We'll talk about that a little bit later. But yeah, anyway, let me put this new alternator on, then we'll get the car started, see what's up. All right. Everything's tightened back up. Grab my key. Slide up in here. Hopefully my laptop still has a charge. I left it in here last night. Let's see. Maybe. Crossing fingers. Oh yeah, she's good. About 45%, I believe. Cool. Alright, now that is already up. Key on. Connect to the ECU. See, as you guys see, I had the battery voltage up here. So let's see what she does. Just a dead alternator. Hell yeah. Cool. So we're charging. Wideband's heating up. Great oil pressure. Pretty much where it's lived at since I built this thing. Only downside is I got to figure out, as you can see, I'm running really rich. And there it is. Okay, all right. So yeah, that was my problem the entire time. I just didn't have the proper voltage, I guess, for my wideband to be working. So now I can get a hold of my tuner and hopefully, before I get off this damn thing, hopefully we can get it, you know, up and popping. So, O'Grady, I know you've been busy tuning 1500 horsepower GT350s and 1200 horsepower Hellcats and whatever the hell else you all got going on up there at Ace PJ, but you know you're my boy, right? And I know I owe you tacos. I know I do. And I will buy you your tacos and pay you. Please help your dude out before IFO in April. That's all I'm asking. Please. Brother, please. Please, I'm struggling out here, bro. I'm just kidding. But yeah, that's it. That's all I got to do with that. I am so glad that that was my problem this entire time, because I've been fighting with the wideband situation. I'm just like, come on, dude. Like, I had it working before I pulled the motor out to do everything in the engine bay. I don't see why it's not working now. But that makes sense. Stupid alternators. Always check your alternators. Anyway, in the meantime, let's go ahead. We'll talk about the EG sedan. So, as you can see, it's an EG sedan. Don't mind the intercooler. I mean, I personally think this car looks great. Obviously, it has some dings and dents, a little bit of rust and whatnot, but I've never been a strong sedan person of any type. But this car itself looks absolutely great. It would look even better if it was, you know, painted and had a bunch of like PDR and whatnot done. But let's go ahead, we'll open her up. So, RSX front seats, RSX center console. What's that? What's that right there? Well, y'all know what that is right there. What y'all think in it? What y'all think in this bad boy with that shifter right there? Look at them miles. Those ain't the true miles, but look at them miles. RSX steering wheel. This car also has, what is it, a JDI, if I'm not mistaken, a JDI box. Yeah, this thing's pretty neat. It's not mine. It's kind of a mutual thing between a buddy and I. It's honestly just a flip car. He's not really big into Hondas. He did have a really clean EF sedan, but he didn't care too much for it. But yeah, so here it is. Of course, there's some things we got to replace on. You guys are actually going to come with me getting this thing running again. I have most of the parts. What y'all think in here? I'm gonna let you vote right now. You got like 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 5. K series? Nah, brother. There's a damn single cam up in there. There's a single cam F23, baby. Look at that bad boy. So yeah, the story behind this car is actually originally a Florida car. Shout out to my boy Dennis. He's the one that actually built it. I bought it off of his cousin. And as you can see, things are just kind of hanging out. The motor popped and he replaced the motor, put the transmission in. The transmission, the clutch isn't lined up properly. So we got to drop the transmission, fix that, and put it all back together. This car will not be boosted. This car will be sold as an NA car, and the turbo stuff will come with it, just because I don't want to deal with the hassle of selling a car that needs tuned, because people will use that, will attempt to use it to their advantage to kind of, you know, get a better deal. I get it. But yeah, it's super clean. The interior is actually really nice in it. You know, the headliner isn't sagging at all. There's some things I got to replace. I got to install a new door handle. I have almost everything we need to get this car back and on the road. I got that little piece right there too. The only downside is we replaced the hood and the bumper. Originally, when Dennis had this car boosted, it was a bumper dump car, and I think he had the wastegate coming out the hood. So I said, screw it. We're just gonna get a new front bumper, a new hood, and we'll just rock this thing in. Hey, my boy was cool with it. He doesn't care. I know he says he's gonna, like, we're gonna flip it, but I know he's gonna abuse the crap out of it before we sell it. So there's another car that's gonna be OG tuned. Actually, this is just getting a flash or a chip, but OG's gonna do it, you know, after he's done dealing with his damn Hellcats and Mustangs. Come back to your, Michael, come back to your roots, man. Come on, you know you want another Honda. Just get it. Look, I have this sedan right here. It's beautiful. All right, you know, smack the turbo kit on it. E85. You already know the business. You've done it before. We're playing with V8s. But yeah, so we'll get this up and going shortly. I'm gonna start working on it this upcoming week with my free time, because I need this out the way so I can fix the truck, get the truck sold, and park the GTI because I don't want to put any more miles on it, and I'm gonna buy a smaller truck, probably a Ridgeline or something, something that I can put, you know, engines and crap in the back of, like this right here. This kind of looks like a trash can, but these things are back here for a reason, and stop putting so much crap in the back of my GTI. But yeah, I guess we can pull this bad boy out real quick. So the one thing I forgot to do is I need to set my ignition timing, so I need to find where my timing lights at, do that real quick. But yeah, I mean, this little project, I can't really call it little because it was very time consuming. This project was fun and much needed. This car needed cleaned up quite a bit, and there's still plenty to do, but currently as it sits, I'm not upset at it. I just need to figure out a couple different things here, and yeah, we should be gravy. So the goal is to get the car in the 10s this year. That's all I want. I don't want to go any faster than that. I'd be happy with just like a 1099, to be honest with you. Oh my God, I don't know what the hell my screen is doing. There we go. Yeah, but that's all I want. Once I get it into the 10s, to be honest, I might keep it, I might not. I've put a lot of time and money into this car, so it'd be kind of like a kick in the stomach to get rid of it, but I just know if it's around and it's not in a completed state, I'll just keep dumping money into it, and I don't know if it will ever be in a completed state because it's a project car. So I'm kind of on the fence about it. You know, if I let it go, I'll probably let it go for like 8.5, you know, nothing too crazy. I think it's worth at least that with all the crap that's done to it. And it has no rust, and I'm not going to tax on that, but still. But the only way I'm going to get it done, to get this done, right here, is if that's not here. Or, like I said, it's in a completed state and it runs 10s, I'll park the bitch. I don't care. So, yeah, that's going to be it. Like I said, I'm going to do the timing on it real quick just to make sure I'm not going to spark knock. And, yeah, I'm going to hop on to other projects I got to do today. So, I appreciate you guys watching. This is going to be a relatively long one, probably about 25-30 minutes, which you guys don't get a lot of videos from me. So, you know, whatever, just, you know, put it on in passing. You ain't even really got to watch it. It's a bunch of nonsense. But, yeah, that's about it. I hope you guys have a great Sunday. Be easy. And, hey, I'll leave y'all with a quote, actually. I can't not talk today. Inspiration is more important than knowledge. Albert Einstein. Peace.